Hey everyone, Editor Dylan here. I just wanted to give a few disclaimers before the episode starts. First is that I am a slow editor, which is probably made clear by the fact that the 6-month recap is coming to you in the 8th month of the year. The second is that we had some audio issues this time around with some bleeding audio, as well as the fact that I realized my audio was recording through my headphones and on my actual mic about 2 hours into the episode. It shouldn't affect the quality of the episode today, but everything will be fixed by the next episode. Alright, on to the show. Welcome to the Weekly Listens Podcast, Episode 2.
Hello. Woo! Woo!
I am Dylan.
And I am Jimmy.
And we are here for our halfway through 2025 recap on our year and reviewing music.
Yes, we are.
So let's jump into it. So I noticed when going through that we had some big kind of general overarching themes in the last 3 months. And it really started with 90s rap, and a lot of it at that, with A Tribe Called Quest, and then MF Doom's different characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to maybe the polar opposite, which is indie with Claro and Hosier.
that Doom and Claro week was beautiful.
Absolutely. And then and then Fruit for Flies, the Army, the Navy, which was a huge surprise, but
Yes.
I really, really enjoyed those. And then Bon Iver, I'll have some more to talk about there when we get to it. And then back into 90s rap with Mobb Deep, Mos Def, and then kind of rounding it off with some more contemporary stuff. And at the time we're recording this, July 2nd, we just finished our week on AT-Aliens and Aquemini. So we're kind of delving back into the 90s rap. But yeah, been a very interesting few months, but I think it's overall been pretty enjoyable. So today we're going to be going through some of our favorite artists that we've explored in the last few months, some of our favorite songs and albums, and then maybe some more disappointing works. And then we're going to finish this off with a couple little games of we're going to name a song from any album we reviewed and see if the other can guess what album it's from. And actually, finally, we will fight as we talk to each other about what the other's worst take is. So it's going to be a great episode.
Absolutely can't wait for that.
It's going to be great. Judging by our reviews for the when we when we split up for a week on albums we enjoyed,
Yeah.
that the other one might not, it's going to be great.
No, I kind of did that to see how low the ratings could go for Dylan. I went into that more of an experiment to see how he would actually react to it, because I wasn't expecting great things to be said by Dylan about Psychroptic.
I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but
I'm just amazed it's not like a flat 1 and being like, yeah, a little too noisy like all the time.
That's the devil's music. Can't listen to that.
Wow.
All right. So, what were some of your favorite artists that you listened to these last few months?
I mean, it's kind of biased because I've heard a little bit of MF Doom before and Marvin Gaye. Like, those two, I already had a couple of songs that I knew from them. But it got, amplified because of what we listened to. Especially, the King Ghidorah album, Take Me to Your Leader. But one person who I had no, really background music at all for before listening to them was Claro. And Claro has, especially from Charms, Charms is one of my favorite albums. We'll get into that later, but it was another kind of like surprising. I was like, oh, I really enjoy this, and it has become a constant listen on multiple playlists for me. But yeah, Claro, I think has got to be my favorite that we've listened to so far, or from our last chunk.
Yeah, I have a very similar ranking to you. MF Doom's different characters. That was really fun to explore. Really enjoyed Victor Vaughn
Oh yeah.
and how he can make a concept album of like the stupidest concept of getting teleported back in time. But I also really liked Claro. I promise that we're not male manipulator music taste.
I
To that.
I'm unfortunately closer. I have that Radiohead there as well, so I
Ooh.
am not. I'm not doing too well.
But Claro, yeah, such an enjoyable listen for both albums, honestly. How much, how much, how much joy we can get out of listening to this wonderful singer. Wonder if she's a lesbian. I mean,
Not
don't we
enough,
all?
and she's also from Mass, which is a huge plus.
Hey, Boston.
Oh God, no! I think she's closer to Worcester. I could be wrong though. I have
Hey,
no idea.
Like I mentioned, the Army, the Navy was a very big surprise. I didn't know how much I would enjoy it, but a very consistent sound, but it's really good. Bon Iver, I will definitely be talking about later. And the last one, the last artist that I really enjoyed some of was Mos Def, but I think I would talk more about that in favorite albums. But
Yeah.
out of your favorite artists, is there a specific album that you've preferred?
For constant like going back to and listening, and that I put general listening, I would say Claro is the biggest. MF Doom kind of pops up here and there, usually when I'm doing laundry, funny enough. And then for Marvin Gaye, I would say like What's Going On and Let's Get It On are both amazing to me and that I love. One's just pretty horny, and the other one is like anti-war. So
Yeah.
two very very different vibes, but both
This is
great
how it be.
albums. And I also want to mention this because Dylan brought it up, but the Army and the Navy was another huge surprise. I know we weren't planning on talking about most surprising, but I didn't know we would agree on the Army and the Navy being like, oh,
I mean, yeah, like all of the artists that we review, I typically have some knowledge of like their sound or any songs or like what they do. This was probably, besides Psychroptic, which you had me review. I mean, even then I knew the genre, but like this was the first one that I had zero expectations going in, and I was pleasantly surprised.
yeah,
Do you want to get into favorite songs?
yeah, sure.
I definitely have some in mind right off the bat, going in order. So you're probably going to hear about MF Doom again. This isn't in order of like worst to best or anything. It's just the order that we listened to. Off of Vaudeville Villain, A Dead Mouse by Victor Vaughn. The way that he flows through the whole album is great, but there's this one line that's just been stuck in my head ever since I heard it. And like when I heard it for the first time, I'm like, yo, yeah. But it was cat with a dead mouse is how we catch a phrase and pause plays with it, kill it and eat off it for days. Get it? Whoever ain't get it ain't supposed to. And I was just like, the internal rhymes, I mean, that's just like a staple for MF Doom in general. But the internal rhymes, like catch a phrase, pause plays, eat off it for days, is great. I'm also realizing, I'm looking at the lyric right now. So, cat with a dead mouse, how he catch a phrase and pause plays with it. So like pausing and stopping, pause and play, but then also like pause like a cat has. So it's
Oh,
like just how that whole lane, and then also how it really just relates to like MF Doom as an artist, how he can just take one phrase and do so much with his flow and his rhyming. And so that was a really great song from first listen to today. Another really great song, I was listening to it today, was Terrapin by Claro. Just such a vibe. I
absolutely.
don't have as many bars to dissect from that one. A couple Bon Iver mentions. First is The Wolves, Act 1 and 2. I'm going to talk about it more when I talk about the album. But such a beautiful song from the lyrics. And then one thing that I've really loved to grown to love, what I've really grown to love Bon Iver for is how he can combine analog instruments and like a typical folk sound with electronic elements like synths. And in this case, the really subtle auto tune. It just creates such a unique and beautiful experience that I just haven't grown tired of ever since I first listened to it. And then the other Bon Iver song I wanted to talk about was 715 Creeks. I cannot get over this song.
It's so good.
It's I don't even know how to describe it. So generally when I listen to music, I think I generally focus on production and flow first and then lyricism. And I'm not exactly one that dives into the lyrics too much, but oh my gosh, this song is just poetry. I still don't think I fully know what it means, but lines just like, how are we going to cry because it once might not mean something, and stuff like that. I'm just, oh. And then this, like, I don't know what to call it. It's like kind of like a vocoder where like he's basically just like harmonizing
Oh yeah.
with himself. Such a gorgeous texture to that. And I learned actually that the a cappella group I'm in at school did this like the year before I went to school. And I would have loved to do that. But
That would have been a very fun song. That is the album. I'll get into this later, which might even go into our worst takes. Because I was like disappointed by Bon Iver for me because I thought I was going to enjoy it more. It's not like I hated it. I just thought like the overall albums I thought I was going to enjoy more. And
I'm laughing because you rated that album higher than I did.
yeah, what, a 7.6?
You rated 22 a million a 7.9, and I rated it a 7.7.
I rated that a 7.9. I thought that was a 7.6. It was the other
Yeah,
two.
you flipped it.
Oh. But I think it was because of how much more like auto tune in like I think I even said it's like there's essence of like hyper pop in it here and there that I really appreciated. And the other stuff was like I don't know if I want to get into a whole rant about it now and interrupt what you're talking about, but I can get into that
No
later.
worries. If you want to talk about it now, you can.
I mean, like, I guess. I don't know. I like that like folk sound he has. I sound so pompous, but it's like I need more. I sound like a voice judge. I don't know what more I need from like memory, but I just remember I'm like it's lacking something for me, and I feel like that's why I kind of gave them because they still weren't bad rating. It's not like I just put them in the dumpster. I think they're all at least above a 7 or
Yeah.
I think I was just expecting Bon Iver to be like somewhere where I had the majority of like Marvin Gaye or like Earth, Wind and Fire where they're all sitting like high 7s or like 8s.
Yeah. I'm going to go quickly through my last few favorites, but I'm finding a few more. I apologize.
Absolutely. No, all good.
I'm going to shout out Leslie and Drama from Psychodrama by Dave. I will say Leslie, I don't think I've listened to since we reviewed it, but that is just such a heavy song.
Oh, absolutely.
I think I almost cried when I listened to that because it, like, I mean, before we started recording, we were talking about a like a creepy pasta podcast, shout out Creepcast, but
Yeah.
how like there's just some stories that just absolutely haunt you with how real they are, and Leslie is like the musical equivalent of that. Trigger warning if you choose to listen to the song for sexual assault or just general assault,
Yeah.
but an 11-minute rap song that tells this story, and then Dave gives his perspective and shows how much he sympathizes with the women that have to deal with this. And I feel like he also did a similar song on We're All Alone in This Together. I can't remember what song it was, but I feel like I remember there was another song that was very similar to that.
I want to say it's either, I think it's Survivor's Guilt.
That sounds right. But yeah, and also Drama is just an. I'm noticing that Dave is really good at long songs.
Yes.
I'll talk more about the short songs and maybe
Oh,
disappointments a little bit.
yes.
But very, very honest, and I really appreciate that from his music. And then finally, just a quick shout out to the intro tracks of Happier Than Ever and Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. Those almost, they had their flaws, but that's why I like them. They're very pleasant to listen to, but also very honest, and I really appreciate that, especially from a pop record. I sound like the most alt anti-pop guy ever, but this is coming from someone that legitimately I do not listen to much pop, but I was very pleased by all of the albums that we listened to. Even I was kind of worried listening to When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? I was kind of worried that that would be not as great as I hoped, but it ended up, I think it was my highest rated. But yeah, those are all of my standout favorites. How about you?
I might as well go in order too, but it'll probably take me longer because I did not write the exact ones down. But thankfully, I write everything down for this. Just gotta find it. I mean, What's Going On has been easily my highest rated album and probably one of the highest rated ones just period since Dylan has been doing this. I rated it a 9 flat. I
think you are the only 9 that has happened in this series.
Wow.
Maybe I'm just a hater.
No, I think I'm just too positive on a lot of records. But
maybe it's a little both. I feel like both of us are very positive, but we're also
very negative.
But we just can't get up into the 9 level.
Yeah, because now 9s for me, even songs wise, I'm like, it's got to be like not instant, but I have to be able to listen to that song by the end of the first listen and be like, oh, this is 100, like without a doubt, adding it to the like songs, and I will 100% be listening to this in the future by my own power and not some elevator music or restaurant. But to continue, favorite songs, I mean, What's Happening, Brother by Marvin Gaye.
What's up, brother? I'm sorry.
Yeah. And What's Going On. What's Going On is classic. I don't know. Anti-war. I wrote a paper on it in history in high school.
That was
junior year history, yep. And so it has not like a deep personal connection at all, but very nice anti-war and very just beautiful song, while also tragic at the same time.
Yeah. I think I mentioned it last time we talked about it, but it's kind of sad that it is timeless. but the fact that he made a war song that is just so timeless and relevant to today.
I mean, but I feel like that's a lot of war songs. They're made to be timeless because they're anti-war.
That's true.
You would have to be real specific on your song for it to not be generational. To talk about anti-war, I mean, because that was on the back legs of the Vietnam War when he released that.
Maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation if it's called "What's Going On?" parentheses in Vietnam.
Specifically in Vietnam and the effects of Vietnam to 1960s, 1970s America.
Parentheses. Please don't use this to provide any commentary on other wars.
Exactly. Oh, That's All I Wanted from You. From, I forgot to write down. Oh no, the artist's name.
Come Around and Love Me
Yes,
by Jalen Ngonda.
Jalen Ngonda.
Yep.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But
I checked. I'm pretty sure I have that right.
let's hope. I hope. Ngonda. But That's All I Wanted from You off of Come Around and Love Me. Mm-hmm. Beautiful song and beautiful album. Again, that
I could pick any song from that album and say it's my favorite.
yeah, absolutely. That's really not an album that has a miss on it nor a skip.
I'm so glad that it's the summer now because that's I just got it on vinyl recently and it's just like perfect summer album.
Oh yeah. And then going into like MF Doom, Take Me to Your Leader again was, I think, my most consistently rated album that I've had. In MF Doom, I think is one of the most consistent artists that I've rated. Because usually I'll have a couple songs dip and screw up the average a bit. Or add to it or subtract from it. But like... But MF Doom on this sat around the 8s for almost every song.
No, the reason I'm laughing is because I could not agree with you more because all three of the albums were rated the exact same for me. They were all a 7.9 out of 10. I mean, now that I think about it, they probably deserve a little higher. So
yeah,
I'm sorry, guys.
I think I like my rating of Take Me to Your Leader of 8.1. Antimatter, No Snakes Alive, and I Wonder. Mm-hmm. All great songs. And also Phasers is such a fun intro song for the album. Love that. I also have a Dead Mouse as well, and that was also my album favorite.
Also, when we say a dead mouse, we are not talking about the EDM producer.
No, definitely not him. And his Hello Kitty.
Stay tuned for next week's rate.
No, please no. I don't think I could listen to a whole album of EDM drops.
Especially with how, I mean, I know we mess around a lot, but I do think we generally review these pretty seriously, and I don't know if we could seriously review Dead Mouses.
Oh no, if we seriously reviewed him, I would put him in the dirt.
The way the synth screams on
the way I can literally feel my heart skip a beat every time the bass hits. I love EDM.
Thank you, Dead Mouse.
Thank you, Dead Mouse, for saving us. Now to get back to some more songs.
Yes.
Bags and White Flag off of Immunity for Clairo. Mm-hmm. And once again, Charm was one of my most consistently rated, but the lowest song rated at a 7. Add Up My Love and Nomad. Beautiful. Juna. I don't need to explain that song. Everyone's heard that song.
Yeah. That might be one of my hot takes.
Okay. What else? Wild Again from Fruit Flies, The Army and the Navy. Great song. Huge surprise for me as well.
Yeah.
What else do I got? Oh, Eight Circle, also by Bon Iver.
Yeah.
Another gorgeous,
Banger.
gorgeous song. And then I could just talk all day about Mobb Deep.
Uh-oh. No, you go ahead.
Yeah. Because I know what you rated them. I remember seeing this rating and being like, oh. But
So you're a
Temperatures Rising, and Survival of the Fittest were some of my favorites, especially in this bracket that we had of 90s rap going on. Then Mos Def. True Magic, I did rate that pretty high of a 7.4, but I would like that to age like milk and wish my rating could automatically go down a bit by bit. But
This is this quarter's Sonic Youth.
yeah, yeah. But Black on Both Sides is in such a good album. An 8.4,
Yes.
one of my highest rated since Marvin Gaye that I've given. Do It Now.
I love that song.
Do It Now and Rock and Roll. I really enjoyed, but a lot. Picking a top 3 from that album was fucking impossible for me.
Yeah. I think Do It Now was the first time that we both had a song, the same song as our favorite for the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember because when I was posting them and putting the song, I just like picked like the same portion of the same song, or I had to find a different part. But just the way that Mos Def and Busta Rhymes go back and forth, like the whole song, it's kind of like you and I in a way.
Oh, yeah, totally, totally.
Who's who?
Who's. I think I'm Busta Rhymes.
You know what? I'll agree. Guys, drop in the comments who's
No.
Busta Rhymes.
We gotta
Never
cut that
mind, I
bit
guess.
out. We are not close to those men.
I mean, Spotify has polls. I'm just saying.
Some YouTube community stuff.
Anyway, what are your other favorite songs?
Yeah. I also have to agree with Leslie from Dave as well. But Psychodrama as an album. Yeesh. And Heart Attack from Dave are some of my favorites. And then going into Billie Eilish, I was surprised by how many songs I actually enjoyed throughout it and how consistent they were for me, where I didn't see a lot of like fluctuation between my grades.
Yeah.
Hit Me Hard and Soft, I really enjoyed, and I don't know French, but the French title song on Hit Me Hard and Soft I loved because it's like, I forget in the order, but I'm almost certain it's like softer for
And then
a good chunk, and then it's not even like from what I remember, it's not like a crazy like transition. It just kind of like stops and then just goes whoopsh, and just flips it and goes into this really like upbeat, more very poppy song. But I love that song a ton. And I think for me, never mind, I do have to say it. The Art of a Storyteller Part 1. That
yeah.
I kind of cheated. I've known that song for fucking forever, and it's one of my own personal favorites in my catalog of music that I listen to. So
Yeah.
that's my bias rating on that, but I had to include that.
Off that album, the song that I just loved was Skew It on the Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
That one just went crazy. Sorry, before we move on, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to We're All Alone off of We're All Alone in This Together by Dave. So I've actually had a year or two with this song because I started listening to it a couple of years ago, and then I like had to do something, and then I never came back to it until we reviewed it. But I really, again, like when Dave is getting like personal, I think that's when he's at his best, and
Absolutely.
that's clear through this song. What was it? It was I think it, I can't remember the lyrics. I'm gonna look them up really quick because I don't want to I want to do them the justice they deserve. Oh, it was like I got a message from a kid on Sunday morning, said he don't know what to do and he's thinking of killing himself. And then I tell him we have more in common than he thinks, but I tell him to see a shrink so I can go on and live with myself. So that's like on its own, it's very powerful. But then when he juxtaposes that at the end with, I got a message from a kid on Monday morning, said he's grateful I responded and he's feeling at peace with himself. We have more in common than he thinks, but I tell him it's nothing big so I can go on and live with myself. And I thought it was really interesting how I can go on and live with myself is used in those two different ways. Like obviously the first one that like obviously it's like I have to help this kid
Yeah.
or I won't be able to sleep at night. But then just saying like not making a big deal about the fact that he helped this kid to live with himself. And
Yeah.
it's just such an interesting thought. And yeah. Anything else for your the favorite songs?
Uh, no, but one thing that I want to add to, and then probably get into what we have planned next for some of the more disappointing stuff.
Do we want to talk about albums?
Oh my
Before?
goodness. I keep talking about albums with my songs. So I thought we were already
That's so
talking
real.
about them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
What were you
don't.
saying?
I was just gonna add that like I feel like Dave, I gave We're All Alone in This Together a 7.5. And that one was just very kind of like meh to me for a couple of songs. But We're All Alone, and like I said, Survivor's Guilt, Heart Attack, Verdansk. I think Verdansk is like the one kind of not very
Like
emotional.
drill.
Yeah, it's very drill heavy, but Dave's truly at his best when he starts picking stuff from the soul.
Yeah.
That's when they get really good.
Yeah. So album time. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, might as well. I've already talked about all my albums without even without intentionally doing so.
I'm sure I've done the same.
Yeah, apologies, but some that I did want to mention, of course, like I have a bajillion times already. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, Let's Get It On. Some of my favorites. Charms and Immunity from Clairo, both great. Someone who I have not talked about yet was A Tribe Called Quest and the Midnight Marauders. I was a big fan of that album. And even though it's very early, like hip-hop and like boom bap with a sample or something here or there, I feel like there's just enough difference in each song to make them pop a little more. And they sound simple. I know Dylan didn't rate them as high as I did, but I'm also I've recently discovered in the past couple of years that I am a huge fan of early rap, early 90s, 80s. And then Vaudevillain and Take Me to Your Leader, or Victor Vaughn. Both of those MF Doom projects I absolutely loved. Kind of wish I could bump up the Victor Vaughn project to an 8, but a 7.8 will do.
Change it on the record right now.
Yeah, you know what? On the record right now, it goes to an 8.0. Yay. Okay.
You're so brave.
And I think just because I have some of them down and it kind of goes with the most disappointing stuff, I'm going to do most disappointing albums. Dave's Psychodrama.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another thing that we've stated a bunch. When he's emotional, it's great. When it's not emotional, yeah, big thumbs down. Just,
That's the only 6 I think you've rated in the last few months.
It is. It was that's also half because it's not the biggest project either. I don't even think it's double digit songs on it.
Yeah.
But it's just, but with that, it kind of exposes the quality that you have if you're not going to have a bunch of songs on it. There's a couple times where I was listening to it and I paused it and I just went, what? I'm not even lying. I just go, what am I listening to? Because the song before it and then some of the songs after, Leslie. How do you go from Leslie to then some of the other songs? Like, I think a song or two after Leslie was
like this
god
summary
awful.
one. Wait, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I had like the same reaction. It was, hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Oh, it was Voices.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at my ratings now, and Leslie. So the end of the album, for people that don't know, it goes Leslie, Voices, and Drama. Leslie and Drama are rated 10s for me. And then Voices is a 4.5. It was my second least favorite song on the album.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, it's like this summery song, if I remember.
It is.
It was like really chill. And it's like, you're going to put this, like I can see the argument. Like, oh, maybe like put a buffer so there's not so much serious stuff. But given the concept of the album, I'll talk more about the concept when I get to my disappointing stuff. But I don't know.
It's just that album was like it opened with Psycho. I was not a fan of Psycho. I forgot how it sounds, but I just remember I gave it like an automatic 6 by like halfway through. And then I was like, will this change? And I was like, I might make this worse. But the one, because Voices was also the same for me, not rated wise, but second to lowest. I had it at a 5.5. Did you also have Location as lowest?
Location was a 6, which is on the lower side.
Yeah.
I was also, I'm kind of talking about my disappointment. I'll just get mine.
Yeah, we can just,
but,
this can be a collab.
I'll get back to the other ones, but I'll just talk about my disappointment with
Yeah.
this. So, especially considering like the first song I listened to by Dave was We're All Alone, and how much I loved it. It was great. I mean, I also did listen to the EP with Central C.
Oh.
And I don't want to be basic, but I am a fan of Sprinter. But there's also a song, I think it's called Our 25th Birthday, where they're getting kind of vulnerable. Like I remember, I think it was something like, Dave said something like, if I buy Chanel Chanel bags for these women that I don't like, then just imagine what I do for the woman I love. Like, I mean, that's not like the deepest thing ever. But
Yeah.
what I really liked was how deep he got, and I felt that a lot of psychodrama missed that mark. So, like, I did a little research on this, and apparently there's like a concept that this whole thing is a therapy session. I feel like it's not really touched on too much besides those like few random interludes with the therapist talking to him.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I I could be wrong. I've only had one therapist in my life, but the way he was talking doesn't really sound like the way a therapist would talk. Like the
Not really.
therapist said, I mean, he said, "Let me play devil's advocate here." Huh?
What?
Should your therapist be playing devil's advocate? But whatever. It was like there was one section that was like about relationships, but I did not really get it. The only time I could see like, oh, this is a therapy session is when you get towards like the back of the album, besides Voices, with how in depth he gets there, and then also the song, the song Black, towards the start, which
Oh
is
yeah.
one of my favorites. Like those are the only ones that I felt really were like, oh, he's getting psychoanalyzed, or he's really like thinking about his place in the world. This is not related to the concept, but I was kind of surprised that Location is like his biggest song, because I feel like it's just kind of mid. I'm sorry.
It really is.
I think if I remember correctly, the Burna Boy feature just annoyed me.
I think there's a weird mix where either the feature that he had would either ruin or like make the song like
Yeah.
I there wasn't a lot of like okay features. It was like they
Yeah.
either brought it to another level. Like I think I want to say Verdansk had at least one feature on it.
Um,
No, wow.
that felt like it would have a feature.
It felt, but no. I think it was just because of the drill. I
Yeah.
feel like that's kind of outside of his usual approach. But I think we just rambled. But to get back to what my favorite albums were before we move on to Dylan.
I forgot we were talking about that.
Oh yeah. This is so less organized than before, but yeah, who cares? But just a quick summary of what I like without all the details. What's going on and Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye. Charms and Immunity, Clairo. Midnight Marauders, A Tribe Called Quest. Take Me to Your Leader by King Ghidorah. And that's what I have written down, and that's what we'll go with.
Nice. I'm also just going to keep going in order as usual. I mean, any of the Marvin Gaye's. Come Around and Love Me, as I talked about. I absolutely love. That's why I'm also excited to listen to The Sacred Souls later on. Just these people bringing back a vintage sound and being so faithful to it.
Yes.
It's really impressive. Like I was playing the vinyl, and my dad was walking by, and I was like, "Hey, like guess what year this came out?" And he guessed 1975. And like it's fair,
Yeah.
but I really just really appreciate that album. MF Doom, Immunity by Clairo. I'm not gonna say Hosier, but this is the first time we've said his name. Funnily enough, this. Okay, this is my For Emma Forever Ago. So for some reason, I think that my limit for rating albums is an 8.6, because the Never Too Much by Luther Vandross, What's Going On, For Emma Forever Ago, are all are all 7 8.6s. And then GNX by Kendrick Lamar and Chromacopia were both 8.5s, but that was back when I did on a point 0.5 scale. So, and I think it was like an 8.6. But so that just shows you my how. So I believe the story, if I remember correctly, was I think he was somewhat sick or something, or he was going through a breakup. And he isolated himself in a cabin in Wisconsin and like wrote this album. And I'd listened to this album a couple years ago, but I wanted to return to it because I only like took the songs that I liked from it. And I'm not saying I isolated myself in a cabin in Wisconsin to listen to this, but I did listen to it like early in the morning, like sitting on my porch, and it was like relatively cool out, and it was just such a beautiful experience. And it really just feels like you can kind of hear that he was just like isolated making this. Like I think it was The Wolves, where like at the end of the song you can hear like the drum set getting thrown all around the room. But
Oh yeah.
I wrote this in my review and I still stand by it. I think this is the best early morning album of all time. Like if you're waking up early and you need to put on an album, songs like Restacks and Blindsided are just such peaceful, beautiful songs. And like with how stripped back the production is on that one specifically, you feel everything that he's going through, and I really appreciate it. I loved the other two ones, but not as other two Bon Iver albums, but not as much as this.
I think Bon Iver, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say this because I wrote it down. I forgot that was towards when I was in finals. So I don't think I was in the right mind space at all that week.
I think we planned to listen to it around then because I think that was the week after finals for me.
Yeah, that must have felt like
I thought we had the same finals schedule.
So did I. And then
So
so did I. And then
because I remember we were planning it and we're like, let's listen to let's do Bon Iver. Like he's like really chill. Like that'll be what we need to decompress once finals are done. And then you're just like in the trenches listening to Blindsided. It's like, wasn't I?
I don't think I could appreciate it for what it was because I was also trying to stay afloat. And I'm like, no, Bone, I don't need you staying afloat too.
Come on, Bon Iver.
You're supposed to be Rose trying to get Jack up on the wood. Now I'm sinking. That was I need to re-listen to that album, especially that I'm in a much better mind space for it as well, and I have the time. So I need to revisit that. But looking at that, I'm like, yeesh.
My last shout out, it wasn't like my highest rated, but I guess it's like an honorable mention to From the Private Collection of Saba and No ID.
Ooh.
I'd heard about this, and this was my first Saba album, and just a great little listen. Like you could really listen to this all the way through pretty easily. Just a great time.
I'm a fan, or I was a fan of Saba when he released like either the album or the song Photosynthesis, and then whatever, it's like the pink cover. It's like mostly pink from like 2019. So I've known Saba for a while, but he has not been in my rotation. I've not heard of any new drops from him. So when Dylan was like, oh, do you want to listen to this Saba and No ID album? I'm like, yes.
They dropped?
I'm like, yes, please. Because I genuinely have not heard him outside of his 2019 album. for the past 5-6 years now. So hearing something that he's made more recently was like was almost needed. I enjoyed that album also.
All right, now that we got the positivity out of the way,
Uh-oh.
so for the most disappointing, I don't think we should do like artist songs albums. I think we should just
Yeah.
go general.
Yeah.
To continue the pattern, let's go in order. So, okay. This is now when I talk about Hosier. If you want to jump in,
Yes.
let,
I will gladly
So-
jump in.
it's not that it's like bad. Some of them were less impressive than I thought. I think it might literally just not be for me. That was really underwhelming. I will say this could be I think this might be a hot take for us. What was it called? Oh, the song Nina Cried Power. That was one of your favorite songs. I thought it was a little weird for him to make it.
Which
the
album was that off of?
This was on Wasteland Baby. Kind of forget the song, but I believe it was like talking about all of these like black musicians and important black historical figures and the power that they had. And I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird to have a white guy sing about that.
No, I think I listened to that without fully.
Without fully listening.
Yeah, I. Because then you're like, so then how'd you rate it? I think I just kind of listened to it at the most face value ever, and just went like, cool, decent production.
It does sound good.
I think that's why. I think I base that a lot more off of like general production and general like sound than off of true character of the lyrics and what was actually being said, because I totally listened to because I was not excited to listen to Wasteland Baby.
Yeah. So, yeah, people, our listeners can disagree, but I'm looking at the chorus. It said like, and I could cry power. And then it says Nina cried power, Billy cried power, Mavis cried power. And it's that just feels kind of weird to me.
It's a bit, but
Oh, I mean, he does say Lennon cried power,
yeah.
that's fine, but no.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I feel like I'll just say, I don't know if it's as impactful with Hosier's crying power.
Yeah, no, that I definitely see where you're coming from. That album, or not album, fucking that song can definitely be more impactful and mean a lot more if it's coming from the right person. And I don't think the Irish Christian like alternative folk singer is the best
The
option.
most oppressed group of all.
The Irish are there, but not there at all. They were oppressed, but they.
Okay. I thought I would have more to say about Hosier, but that was probably the weakest criticism ever. So I'm going to move on.
Oh, that's it?
I won't say that Psychroptic was disappointing.
What? Really?
I wasn't disappointed. I'm just going to say it's not for me.
Dude, I think my.
I do like.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. You go.
There's some metal songs I like. I think I like maybe the more like, I guess, quote unquote melodic metal, if that's a thing. But like this more like screamo type, I've never really been a fan of.
Makes sense. I do have a question though. Were there any songs in there that you at least maybe not liked and you put it in
Oh, I have
whatever?
songs in my playlist.
Actually,
Yeah.
wow. I was not expecting that.
Wait, let me check. I gave Upon These Stones a 7.5, and Directive I gave a 7.
Wow. Yeah, Upon These Stones is like I didn't I say I'm almost there's definitely one song on that album that I even knew I was like if there's at least one song Dylan will be like, "Oh, I can tolerate this." It'll be that song.
I will say that surrounding Upon These Stones is songs I rated a 1.5 and a 2. But, you know,
Yeah, but those are probably
I
ones that it
tried
just
it.
sounds like. No, I
tried.
don't blame you. Thank you for trying because I bet it probably just goes like, "Oh, nice. It's pans in a metal grinder like with something else in the middle." Like it
Yeah,
sounds like
like
when
a,
you throw a rock into a dishwasher. I feel like that's what you probably think it sounds
Yeah.
like.
I mean, yeah, I'm like a kid with with vegetables. At least I tried.
At least I tried.
You know what? Technical death metal is good for me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, as an artist, if you want to fight me, you can. I'll also talk briefly about A Tribe Called Quest, but I was not as impressed by these 90s rap groups as I hoped, because I mean, obviously, like I'm in the rap like Instagram and all the comment sections and stuff. I'm in the rap.
I'm in rap.
But yeah, guys, my new rap album's coming out next week. No, so like I mean anyone that talks about these groups like talks about how influential they are and how great they are. And if you like it, that's totally fine, and I can understand why you did. With Mob Deep, okay, so with I know I may have rated A Tribe Called Quest a little higher than I felt. And I think, I mean, these albums are like kind of the blueprint
Yeah.
for rap going forward. So obviously it's not going to be extremely technical. But I felt kind of myself getting a little bored with a lot of the flows. Are like, and and also, I mean, I've kind of told you about this like off the podcast before. It's like I'm not a huge fan of like rapping about rapping,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. And I
Yeah.
feel like they did it a lot of like, yeah, it's like these sucker MCs won't mess with me, and like, like
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that is also now I can't be like, well, that's what rap was. I was not even a thought in any of my parents' heads in the slightest, so I can't say anything about like, well, that is what they're supposed to be doing, but that's definitely more of the time than it is now.
yeah,
And this was also when rap and hip hop were like finally blossoming, which and when it finally was like coming around, because wasn't at least one of the albums in '91 from them, or at least
it might have
early
been close
'90s?
to then. Yeah, 91.
Yeah, this was right out of when hip hop was like becoming a thing. Like it
Yeah.
before the '80s, it really wasn't what everyone. When someone says rap or hip hop, it wasn't the idea. You wouldn't get the same picture as you do without
Yeah.
these groups.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, I think in the 90s rap was a very competitive genre.
Oh.
And like so I guess it would make sense that like everyone's got to be like I'm the best. Like I think
Dude, they thought.
I
Think about Tupac and Biggie. They thought
yes.
both of them killed each other. That's how serious rap was getting.
Yeah. Or I don't. Yeah.
That was all. Yeah.
But I think it was. People can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Exhibit. There was like a video I saw where they were asking a bunch of rappers like on a red carpet event or something like who's the greatest rapper alive, and Exhibit was like me, and it's like you gotta. It's like that's the spirit of rap, man. It's like you gotta wake up and look in the mirror, and even though you know there's 37 rappers better than you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm the best. And it's like, hey, I might not have the best flows, I might have the best lyrics, but I spit the most game. But
That just sounds. You know what that sounds like?
what?
That sounds like he's in the mirror with tears in his eyes, going like, "No, you're the best. I'm the best," with tears in his eyes. I'm the best, screaming in the
DJ
mirror.
Khaled's morning routine.
Yeah, exactly.
But so with Mobb Deep, I thought that they had much more. I thought they had much more interesting flows, but I found that their delivery was so monotone that, and it felt so like devoid of energy that I just couldn't really be engaged, and that's kind of why I was disappointed. I think you also agree with me on this next one, True Magic by Mos Def.
Yeah, I rated that a bit too high.
I think just compared to Black on Both Sides, because Black on Both Sides, so much energy, great stories, and like
Oh yeah.
the concepts that he brings are like interesting, and like I care about them, and like amazing production. Like I rated it a 7.4, but I completely understand why people consider it a classic. And it's just the fact that we got True Magic 7 years after this, like 2006. I know he's like over 5 years removed from Black on Both Sides, but he probably has like the critical acclaim to like get any producers if he wants, and he's about to be on Graduation by Kanye West.
Yes.
And the fact that outside of the topics, the rapping itself, I feel like kind of getting less substance filled and less engaging. The amateur production, like,
Oh my god.
some of these were some of the most simple beats I've ever heard and mixed really bad, and I just don't. I really just feel like he definitely had the budget to like get these like huge producers after Black on Both Sides comes out.
Yeah.
So I just wonder what happened.
For me, I have no idea. The production for me was awful. I really sugarcoated it when I was like, seems to have dipped a bit in my comments. Because I listened to literally just a random song. I think it was, what was it? Napoleon Dynamite off of that. And I rated that pretty good. I enjoy that
That
song.
was one of my top 3 songs.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I think I actually got the cream of the crop as a random selection, because I listened to another one. I was like, ooh. I still think, though, that, like, I think everything took a dip in that. The production fell off a cliff. The rapping, though, and, like, the flows, they jumped into the pool. Like,
Yeah.
it
and
dipped.
energy.
And energy, yeah. It seems like everything just kind of, like, levels just lowered.
Yeah, because going back to like the other '90s rappers we reviewed, I was worried going into this one because I know that like Mos Def's voice, he's got a very like low voice.
Yeah.
So I was worried that he would be another one that has really low energy and presence on a track, but he was like from the first song, I think he was like not like screaming, but like, you know, he's bringing energy when he's matching or like going above Busta Rhymes energy on the same song.
Oh my, that that's art.
Yeah,
Do It Now is art.
absolutely. And I think, oh, I mean, we already talked about Dave. The only other song I will talk about is going to be a Billie Eilish song. So I thought it was interesting that as the albums went on, Hit Me Hard and Soft ended up being my lowest rated project. But I think it's because the song is called The Diner. I do not like that song.
The dime.
I rated that song a 3, and considering the song has like 10 songs, I think that really dipped the rating. But I mean, the opening track and the middle of that album is just absolutely untouchable. And a small hot take in the French song that you talked about, I'm not the biggest fan of that beat switch,
Oh, really?
quote unquote. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. No,
And yours is awful.
I mean, you said it, not me.
No, I think, yeah, towards the end of that album, I know we're supposed to, or bad takes, but I kind of agree. I did rate those definitely higher. I definitely enjoyed them more. But they were still songs that I noticed that I was just like, took a dip from the rest of the quality on that.
Do you have any more
Yes.
disappointments that I didn't
Yeah.
talk about?
I do. I think the only one we didn't touch on was because I love how we both chose each other's like albums that we chose for each other as some of our disappointments. Again, it's not like I hated it or I thought it was awful, but Little Sims' album, the production. I must state this clearly before I say I'm like awfully disappointed. I thought, because the way Dylan was talking to me about the album, it's because it's not, don't think this is like he's been waiting for this to show me, but it's been in constant discussion and I haven't got around to it for a year, so this was like perfect to introduce or get me finally to listen to it. It just, the production lived up to the hype. The production is beautiful throughout majority of that album.
I mean, no one else is bringing an orchestra
No,
for a beat
not at all.
and having it work.
Not at all. It's not like I rated it awfully either. I'm looking at it now. It's a lot of my rating of meh, which is around that like 6 and 7 range.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, it's more like I can see this being done by a lot more people, especially in rap.
Are you talking about the rapping?
Yeah. And more in general, like the production's great, but it's kind of what you do with that production that can like really change how someone can see it. I thought it was great production, but not the best use of rapping, or not my cup of tea of it.
Get it because she's British.
No, I actually, I was just about to say, I'm like, I don't think it's fully because she's British at all. Like the accent, it's just because there's some songs that I generally go like, oh, that sounds really good. I like the flow of it. It just, I don't know. Introvert for me, the opening song, I hated it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. Nah.
I actually rated one of my lowest. I rated it a 4 at the time.
A 4?
A 4? Yup.
My. Okay. This will be a little fight first. Okay, I'm pulling up this album. Can you go through your scores for all of these? But okay, this introvert starts with a minute orchestral intro and talking about how the state of society is making her introverted, and you don't like that? No.
Yeah.
Fine. What were your other?
I think that's on that was how she sounded through it.
That's fair.
I
Okay.
it was because it's trust me, it's not off of like if I really wanted to go, well, the song has a really nice meaning. I could have bumped it up to fucking 7 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the production was good. It's just how she communicates through the album. Not in
Yeah.
the content of it, but how she delivers it that I'm not a fan of. And as a rapper, that is of course that's any musician's biggest thing. Singing is such a huge part of a song and of
Yeah.
music. But she just I don't know. For me it kind of just falls flat a lot and is very plain, and I was expecting something grandiose, especially with how the production and having an orchestra. I should be with the orchestra, and if she's able to, in my head, match that level, this could have been another like 8.5 or higher album rated, 100%.
Okay. So what I will. Well, first I just want to ask, what did you rate Two Worlds Apart?
7.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going through this album. There was much less songs that I had liked than I thought, but I still stand by it. Judging by that, I imagine you probably wouldn't. I imagine you would like the production. Her album, No Thank You, has kind of more like orchestral, but also a lot of choir things where it'll be like 6 minutes and it'll be like some aspects you might like the fact that sometimes it'll be like a 3 minute outro where it'll just be like the choir background vocals and the beat like playing for a bit.
Oh yeah.
You might like that, but yeah, if you're ready to move on from Little
Yes.
Sims,
Yeah.
I will just say I'll just give a little shout out to her new album Lotus. I wasn't a fan of the first few tracks, but the rest were. I really liked a lot of these songs and some of the concepts. She got very. This was probably one of her more vulnerable albums. Songs like Free, I really like that one. Only, that's just a vibe. Blood, I think Blood is the song. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. She has another rapper pretending to be her brother, and it's like kind of they're going back and forth and like kind of talking about like sibling rivalry, and also it's like why don't you
Oh.
visit as much? It's pretty interesting. And then Lonely, I believe, is a song where she gets really
Lonely.
well lonely, but she gets very vulnerable and like I think talking about like should I even keep rapping? Do I have anything good to say? And I can't remember the song. It might be Lotus. I think it might be Lotus where just the energy that she brings is really great. And then at the end, she actually gets a Sampha feature, which
Oh
is
wow.
really nice. So if I would recommend, I believe the last 4 songs from that album, if you would go back. Sorry, not to step on your critiques, but any other disappointments?
I said I was gonna stop for the Little Sims, but now I'm just kind of I wouldn't say it's like a huge critique, but I remember the Little Q part 1 and 2. I think I was happy that we don't include interludes as ratings because I also did not like part 1 as like I understand it's more
I
of a
like
story,
part 2.
but it's yeah, part 2 is just better, and I remember at the well, part 1 was ending. I'm like, I really hope part 2 is just even slightly better.
That's
And
totally fair.
it was actually more than slightly better, which I appreciate.
All right. So, do you want to do the guess the song or the
Let's do the other's worst take.
yeah. Okay. I'm going to ask what you like about Oxytocin
Oh God.
by because that I rated that a 5 and it was your favorite song on the album.
Can I give this a quick re-listen?
That that's fair. I don't remember too much of it. I just remember that the chorus was really annoying to me.
I think because I might be in the same boat.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna pause for a sec while we listen to Oxytocin, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. We just listened to Oxytocin. So for me, the part that I hate was just the when she kind of goes into her like really high voice. Not a huge fan, and it just really annoys me.
Oh. Um for me, I don't see it. It gets kind of like, I think she's moving through a lot getting to that high pitch from where she's at currently in the song, because she's doing her like lower pitch like just kind of like,
Yeah,
while the beat's kind of just doing a lot of the work, to be honest.
yeah,
Like, I can definitely agree that when she gets higher, it's awkward because her voice has been sitting for so low for a good chunk. But
yeah,
when she does make that like quick adjustment, which is like a second or two, it doesn't sound too bad. I definitely like, chorus is definitely weak. But in my opinion, this is a song that you kind of just throw on in like a chill party playlist, or like you have people over and you just
yeah.
kind of go like, you put it on and then go, oh, nice beat. Something to just like move your shoulders to.
That's fair, but I also think that one of the main things that I would go to Billie Eilish for is more the lyrical elements or like the emotional quality, especially in her later works. So
Oh yeah.
I think, especially in Happier and Ever, when I feel like a lot of the songs were that, I wasn't really going too much to a song, one of her songs for like a vibe.
That's
But
fair.
I can understand your point. I
That's
feel like this
fair,
is how
but
it's
she
a,
also has that
she has
Billy.
bangers.
No, no yes. But Happier Than Ever kind of does, at least from what I remember, it does this thing where it kind of goes from like serious to like kind of enjoy yourself to serious again, and kind of keeps flip-flopping for at least the first half,
Yeah,
because then there's also Therefore I Am towards the end, right before Happier Than Ever and Male Fantasy.
yeah.
So that,
I also didn't like Therefore I Am.
oh, I really like Therefore I Am.
That I rated that a 5.
Wow, you rated my two out of my top three that I had as nines?
Oxytocin I actually rated a 4.5. Sorry. Wait, what was your other one?
Uh Everybody Dies.
I gave that a 7.
Oh my god.
I gave Male Fantasy a 10.
What did I gave that an 8.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm now realizing though that I kind of rated those high. Higher than I remember doing.
Okay, I'm gonna ask if this is a hot take. I gave Lunch a
Yes.
5.5. Do you remember that one? That's not on
Yes.
this album.
No, I know. Lunch I gave an 8. You gave it a what?
A 5.5.
I mean, I get that. That's kind of just like, that's just a very poppy song that is horny.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there is a little bias because I feel like I've never been a huge fan of songs that are just like explicitly horny.
Fair.
But you know, I feel like we were expecting to fight a lot more, but it's basically just been like, you know what, you explained yourself. That's fair.
Or it's
Except
like,
I'm
oh,
still
that
not
actually
too
makes
happy.
sense.
Except I'm still not too happy about Little Sims, but it's okay.
Yeah, introvert
I
of
still
4.
love you.
Dylan's gonna be hearing that in his nightmares. A 4? What?
Tossing and turning in my sleep.
He's gonna wake up with a cold sweat and go, "It's not a 4! It's an 8 at least!"
All right. Do you have any takes for me?
I I guess for me, what was your lowest 90s rap?
Like the lowest album,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I believe it was Juvenile Hell by Mob Deep at a 6.3.
Damn.
Besides True Magic by Mos Def at a 5.
Damn. I guess I know you already kind of like talked about it, but I was always really confused at how of how different our ratings were. Because on those there were huge jumps.
Yeah. So I'm looking at my ratings. So one thing is that there was a lot of skits, but I mean I don't count those. But I mean just talking about like songs that are horny for the sake of horny. I gave the song "Hit It From the Back" a 3. So
What? I need to see what I gave that one.
I think that was another one that just tanked the rating. So it probably wouldn't have been that low. Because other than that, there's one song that's a 5.5, and the rest are 6.5 and above. So I think a lot of times that if there's just like one really bad song, it'll just tank a rating for me.
Yeah.
But my points about the lower energy still stand. I will say, while we're talking about Mobb Deep, I have a bit of a quick take. This isn't more like your worst take. I think I'm just been dropping a lot of hot takes. I don't think Shook One's Part 2 is all it's hyped up to be. I mean, sorry.
No, all good, all good. I think that the compared to the rest of the album, I think that's the song that boosts that album up so much. I know I rated it high and I rated it very well at an 8.4. But I also noticed that song is genuinely like when I look at that album, I can't really hear another song that's better than it, and the one that comes closest is like Temperatures Rising or Survival of the Fittest.
Temperatures rising.
And
Well, I gave those a 5.5 and a 6.
yeah, holy fuck. Those were in my top 3.
That was one thing I noticed. I think you and I will often get similar overall ratings, but we like completely different songs.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time we were texting about one of the Couch EPs. And
Oh, yeah.
It was a 6-song EP, and we each liked one half of the album and didn't like the other.
But it was opposite halves.
Yes, it was opposite halves. So I think it's so interesting how, I mean, we're obviously both huge fans of music, and eventually, like, for artists, we'll have like a similar opinion, but for the opposite reasons.
Yeah.
But I think it's with Shook One's Part 2, it's my kind of take. I kind of feel like that song wouldn't have been as big as it was without 8 Mile. But I also wasn't around to know for sure, and I haven't seen the movie, but I know the scene.
But I know.
That's the kind of credibility you need from a music review podcast.
Have I seen it in a movie? Okay. Good
Okay.
song.
I don't know if I have too many other takes for you. Most of it could be summed up by the fact that we like different things, I think.
Yeah.
But do you have any other takes?
I guess you know what? Instead of hot takes, to end this on something that we could both appreciate for the most surprising, I do want to talk about the Army and the Navy.
Yeah.
I just like we've said it like we love doing, repeating everything in this podcast about 5 times.
Absolutely.
Yes. But Fruit Flies was such a pleasant surprise. I had it as the same rating for the Victor Vaughn project from MF Doom at a 7.8. So I guess because of that I might have to move up to an 8 after officially changing the rating on record. But I just remember I don't think any of the songs really like blew me away, but the consistency, even though it is 7 songs on it, they're all just like very well crafted and like thoughtfully made. The vocals I was in love with were just great, but it overall was such a fun listen to, and the only kind of like weak point I saw in it was Persimmon, and I'm almost positive that's like one of their songs, like one of their top songs. I could be wrong though. I'm probably wrong on that.
Yeah, I will say, I like when I would like skip through or like a song would come on in a shuffle, it's so consistent that like I feel like they all have a very similar sonic palette, which some could see as a weakness. But I think that just the general, very pleasing harmony and guitar, it's just a nice soundscape. You can throw it on pretty easily. And yeah, shout out the Army, the Navy.
Shouts
God bless
out.
our troops. No.
God bless our troops and God bless that group.
Wait, we were talking about a music group the whole time?
Oh.
Anyways,
I bleed blue, brother.
so do you want to hop into our little game?
Yeah, sure.
Honestly, I don't exactly know how we do this. Maybe one of us picks one month, the other picks another month. So then we're not looking through seeing songs as we're looking.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. I'll ask you first.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do like 3 each.
Okay.
Just because I have them open, I'm going to do April. I probably should just go like random.
No, go in order, please.
Light works.
Lightworks?
Yes. If you want a hint, I'll tell you the artist.
Wait. I let me get that hint, please.
MF Doom.
Lightworks. Would that
No
be on
reaction.
Born Like This?
It would be on Born Like This.
Oh, hot dog, let's go.
Golly gee.
Golly gee, what? I need a Lightworks. Oh, I had that as an 8. Nice.
Can you guess what you named this? Okay. Butchered Tongue. I kind of
What?
forgot that was a song.
Butchered Tongue?
Think about who would. Remember, this is April.
Yeah, Vaudevillain.
No.
Fuck!
I'll give you one more guess. Actually, I'll give you 2 more.
Wait, what was the name again?
Butchered Tongue.
Butchered Tongue?
Honestly, Vaudeville Villain was a good guess, though. I'm not saying that was the right
Yeah.
one.
Oh. I don't know why I always blank. What's the first A Tribe Called Quest album that we... Not Midnight Marauders, the other
The
one.
Low End Theory?
Yeah.
It's not that.
What?
You're not in the right, wrong genre. Do you want the artist hint?
No, because I think that's going to kill me.
I think I'd probably like die or something.
But yeah, just give it to me. Might as well at this point.
It was, wait, what was it? It was Unreal Unearth by Hosier,
What?
which I gave a 9.
What? That's a Hosier song?
That same album has a song called Eat Your Young.
Oh yeah, that is true. I guess.
All right, last one. I will give you Wash.
Immunity Claro.
No.
Fuck. God, I was so confident.
I will say, this album has a decent amount of one-word titles. I don't know if that.
Oh yeah, that's such a fun help. That's such a great hint. Now I'm gonna be thinking about the entire album, how many syllables there are as well. I'm trying to think of albums and then I forget what the song name is again.
It's Wash.
It's Wash? Wash.
Would you like me to use it in a sentence?
Can I get a line from the song, please?
My goat is washed. No.
No,
Would you
LeBron still has another season in him.
I'll give you a line from the song. This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who wants to be a millionaire? Can I get that hint though?
Over havens for a full and swollen morass, young habitat, all been living alone, where the ice snap and the hold clasped are known, home.
Wash. Used in a sentence. Holy crap. I don't know. I'm blanking.
Would you like an artist hint?
Yeah, you know what? Just throw every hint at me. You can give.
The artist is Bon Iver.
Oh God. Damn it. Wait. In April?
Yeah. Or now that I think about it, I may have accidentally gone a bit into May. I don't think I made a new note for May.
And I know that's in May because Bon Iver was my finals week. That was the second week of May.
I'm so sorry for not checking that. You're probably like thinking about April.
Dude, no, I was like Wash. I'm like that can't be Hosier. That might be Claire. That's why I said Claro. I'm like,
okay. Well, if you want, I can give you a new song.
yeah, that would help. When it's in the parameters, that'd be great.
Yeah, okay, but this one was on Bon Iver by Bon Iver. I just wanted to say that. Okay. I can't read that one.
Okay, someone just read.
For those
Someone just
know,
read. I think
a lot.
King Ghidorah.
A lot. There was like 3 albums we reviewed in a month that just had like a hard R in the title. So I will not be saying that, and instead I will say, God lives through.
God lives through.
Some say they do.
Oh.
Oh.
A Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. And wouldn't that be
Ding, ding, ding.
one of the last songs on that project?
It would be the last song.
Oh!
Imagine I'm like, all right, this is going to be a hard one. Midnight Marauders Tour Guide.
Okay, let me give you a hard one.
Oh, you're giving me one?
Phasers.
Take me to your leader.
Yeah. Okay, but now we'll switch it over to me to ask you.
Indeed.
Okay, let's see. You know what? I'll bounce it around, but I'll let you know what month.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah. You could also technically go April now that you know. Or now that you're done.
Fair. Okay. For this one, let's do May. We're going to be in May.
Mm-hmm.
And Point and Kill. Oh, wait. Sorry. I just ruin that.
What?
It's off. I did it for my own album that you recommended me.
Oh, is that Little Sims?
Yeah.
I will probably
I
wouldn't have either
so
gotten
unintentionally did that. I'm like, I got him. And then I looked at him like, oh, never
that.
mind.
Introvert. I'd give that a 4.0.
Peer pressure.
Oh my gosh, I like remember hearing the song. I forget who we reviewed in May. This isn't as fun when you have to answer them.
Yeah. See?
Could I get a genre of origin?
Genre of rap.
Is this Black on Both Sides by Mos Def?
Nope.
How many guesses do I get? Or
I mean, what did you give me? And we can just do that. Like,
2 or something.
yeah, 2.
Peer pressure. Am I in the right lane?
Yeah, you're around the same time.
Oh, the infamous Mobb Deep.
Nope.
Oh, it was
Juvenile Hell.
Okay.
Yep. Juvenile Hell by Mobb Deep.
Should we have been keeping score? Whatever.
What did I have? Like 2 out of 3?
Something like that.
Let's just, you know what? 2 out
Yeah.
of 3.
Okay. So now I gotta lock in.
Yeah. Yeah. We're actually gonna be sticking around same month.
Okay.
And give me Skinny Love.
Oh, Forever Ago, Bon Iver.
Yep. I felt like that was gonna be. That was either gonna throw you off crazy or gonna be the easiest bullseye of all time.
It is the most popular song on the album, but
That is fair. I don't know. You never know.
you never know. Maybe I'm just too underground.
Maybe I'm too underground.
I don't listen to songs over 1 million streams, which is why we're reviewing Taylor Swift next.
Oh.
No.
We will be listening to the entire Swiftie discography. Only Taylor's version.
Of course.
Of course. What about The Drop?
The Drop.
The Drop.
You talking about The Drop?
The Drop.
Well, I don't know The Drop, but no.
They dropped? No, The Drop.
I'll guess before I get a hint. We're still in May.
It's April.
Was it The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest?
Nope.
Okay. Could I get the artist?
Yes. Doom.
It was Vaudeville Villain.
Indeed it was.
Yay! I'm pretty sure that was one of my favorite. I think that was one of my favorite album songs. Yeah, that was literally one of my favorite songs from the album. I can't remember it. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right. Good games. So before we wrap up,
Wait, you want a tiebreaker?
Sure.
Two
Okay,
out
let's
of-
just do one guess each.
Yeah, just one guess.
Okay, I'm gonna go to June. Environment.
Do we get any hints?
I say we go no hints.
Oh God,
Really
no
break
hints,
it.
one guess.
Really break the tie.
Ooh,
I want to break your concentration, but when I edit this, do I cut out the thinking tie?
most likely. And you could maybe just do a
It's
little
like,
edit, or you could just do like a
Like a fast forward.
or a Jeopardy do 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 do
Oh, yeah, yeah.
do do.
Would you like a lyric from the song?
Yeah, you know what? Give me
give
me one bar. Give me a lyric.
That'll be our hints going forward.
Okay.
Honestly, this one might be a help give it away. Look, you see our gold chains and our flashy cars. I see a lack of self-worth, and I see battle scars.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking between Billie Eilish and Dave right now. Both are very mental.
The mental.
They be speaking about that mental health stuff.
Oh god.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go with fuck. Okay, I want to say Dave, but I don't know what to choose for the album. You know what? Just to cut this short, Psychodrama.
You're right.
Oh yes. Holy
Okay.
fuck! I felt like I just answered the $1 million question. That took genuinely that took more thinking than I've done in the past week.
I have a new hint idea. Could you do an impression of the artist? I just put 9 gallon of Sprint.
Put a sprint on.
All right.
Okay.
All right. If I miss this, you win.
Let's hope. Can we? You know what? Staying in June. We're doing Lifetime.
Lifetime. I have this open.
Yeah, Lifetime.
Could I get a bar?
Absolutely. I was just pulling up one right now. The moment I met you, the first look was like magic.
Happier than ever, Billie Eilish.
No,
Dang.
it was actually True Magic, Most Def.
Oh my god.
Okay, I was a bit of the asshole because I knew that was such a song title that could literally go to anyone.
I mean, the album's called True Magic, but okay. Congratulations on your win, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Before we head out, do we want to? Is there any artists any drops you're excited to hear?
Oh, actually, I do. Give me like a second, because I was just talking about them with one of my friends recently. There was a song, Deontay Hitchcock Better, I was thinking about. What else? And then, because a couple of them he brought up. An artist named Blush just dropped an album too, or is just going to drop one. So I would say one of those two I would be excited to listen to. And probably put said friend on the podcast with them. So that could definitely be more down the line because we do have the next couple of weeks planned out.
Indeed. Yes.
Indeed.
I'm gonna get a little JID corner. Bodies by Offset and JID is probably one of my favorite songs of the year. I'm very excited for JID's new album. I mean, we were talking about this before the podcast, but he just put out a freestyle and announced a prelux to his album coming in August, and dropped a freestyle with his high school football highlights as a music video.
He's so tough. He was tough on the field and off the field.
I mean, he scored a touchdown by doing a front flip. That was pretty sick.
Dude, he's like Lamar Jackson or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. That was an awful...
I agree because I don't know
Cut that
sports.
out. No, I don't know ball. Cut that out. I'm thinking about the Bengals wide receiver that did a front flip into the end zone.
I might have seen that clip. But
Lamar Jackson's the one in high school where he goes, oops, like stops right before the goal line and some guy flies by him. It was like a vine. It was a vine back in the day.
I might have missed that vine. And then also I'm very excited for Pusha T's and Mouse's the Clips album.
We should do that after our next push.
Absolutely. And really stacked feature list. Kendrick, Tyler, Stove God Cooks. I can't wait. And
I'm itching.
same. And yeah, I think that's all I have.
Yeah. I've said everything I needed to.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to episode 2 of the Weekly Listens podcast. We really appreciate it. We're going to keep listening.
Indeed.
And we will not see you in 3 months. We will most likely see you sooner because we will have 1 or 2, maybe 3 special guests coming on the podcast. So get ready for those.
Big things in our near future.
Big things coming.
Big things coming.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Outro.